right, so we've got Jennifer Buddy here with us. Actually, no, she just got married. It's actually Jennifer Debiak. I already messed up on the first sentence of the video. But why we're here today is we're just going to interview you about the results for the challenge.
Okay.
So what we want to kind of start off with is we want you to tell us a little bit about yourself and your background, kind of your story and why you decided to get started on the challenge.
Okay, well, I've been coming to CrossFit Jungle Gym for, 4 or 5 years now, long time. And the challenge came at a good time because I was finding myself falling back into bad habits of kind of like binging, and I wanted to be able to find balance again, be able to maintain that as a lifestyle change more so than just for the 6 weeks of the challenge. So,
okay, so a little more balance. And would you give us a little background on some of the changes that you made during the challenge? How these past 6 weeks were different from all your weeks leading up to it?
Sure. So I really focused a lot more on measuring everything. I think that I've measured for a long time now, but when you get away from it for a while, you tend to overestimate the amount of food you're supposed to be having per portion. So it was good for me to get back to the zone diet and to be weighing food and using measuring cups and measuring spoons and things like that to get the proper portions.
Okay. And do you feel like overall, so there were different meal plans you could have been on, right? Not everybody was measuring. Some people were just eating balanced meals. Do you feel that the guidelines and the rules overall set out by the CrossFit Jungle Gym coaches, that the rules that we designed were managed easy for you to follow?
Yes, I felt, and there were a couple of the rules that were a little tougher for me than others. Just
like what?
Like the no alcohol rule was difficult for me. And I, admittedly I did drink during the challenge, but I felt like I was able to balance it a little better, which was my ultimate goal. I felt like because it was tailored towards specific people's comfort levels with different diet plans, that it was much more manageable.
Okay.
For everyone.
Good. And do you feel like, you said that you were looking for a good balance, do you feel like you found that balance, or do you feel like the coaches here put you on some extreme crash diet that would maybe last for 6 weeks, but you wouldn't actually be able to maintain after the challenge was over?
No, I think it's definitely maintainable. We talked about the 80-20 rule, and I felt like when you quantify it like that and you look at the number of meals that you're eating in a week, and you have room for errors and or real life situations, it helps it to be something that's sustainable over time. I still think it's going to be a challenge. Like, it's still something I'm going to have to work at every single day, and remind myself that if I have a bad day, that I don't have to have a bad week or a bad month. But I feel very supported here.
Okay. And there were a lot of good results, like specifically for you. You lost some body fat, you lost overall weight, you lost inches, you improved lean body mass. Tell us about your favorite result. So it doesn't have to be like a specific measurement. Maybe it's just how you felt, maybe more energy or anything like that. Is there one result that you're most satisfied with?
I was really happy with the body fat percentage loss. I thought that was pretty impressive, and I think I think it's a hard thing to do, and I think that's my ultimate goal is, even if I'm not losing pounds necessarily, or the number on the scale's not different or changing as much as I would have liked, if I'm changing the composition of my body, and then I'm able to then translate that into performance at the gym, which I, obviously, well, not obviously, but I've seen an improvement in terms of what I'm able to do physically because of the diet. So
awesome. And where do you go from here? So, like, is this something that you feel like you've been equipped with enough knowledge to continue to execute on your own, or do you feel like you need to continue to work one-on-one with the coach to kind of make sure that you're held accountable? What are your thoughts for yourself?
I think I could do it on my own. Like I said before, I know that there are going to be challenges and there are going to be days where I mess up and I have to, reset and start back over again. But I'm much more in the mindset now of like I said before, if I make an error in one meal, it doesn't have to continue into future meals at this point in time. So I feel self-sufficient in that regard.
Good. And in terms of 3 things that changed in your life for the better. So, like, during this 6-week challenge, obviously we were changing our nutrition, but did you have any other side benefits that you would note that worked out well for you over the 6 weeks?
Yeah, so I think just in general, it was like a look at overall health. I have a really hard time getting enough sleep, and so having that number to strive, 7 hours every night to strive for, each night was important for me because I was thinking about it then, and now I find myself more cognizant of what time I'm going to bed and when I'm starting to feel tired and not fighting those things anymore. So that was something that changed for the better. Maintaining the balance of being able to go and like maybe enjoy the foods that other people are enjoying, but in a lesser amount or in a more balanced way. I also went back to the store and got myself a good multivitamin, and I got back on fish oil, and I have a good protein right now, a protein powder. So I just feel like in general, I'm just trying to like
clean everything.
Yeah, everything. Just trying to improve everything overall.
Awesome, cool. And what are you most proud of accomplishing over the last 6 weeks during the challenge?
What am I most proud of accomplishing? I'm proud of the balance I was able to achieve. I'm proud that I was able to go to a child's birthday party and eat the same food as everybody else, but in different quantities. And I'm proud that I was able to be prepared for the most part. I'm happy with my mindset. That's my biggest challenge overall. So.
Okay, awesome. And do you feel like the guidelines set forth by the CrossFit Jungle Gym coaches are easy enough that even a beginner could have followed, could have participated and/or got results?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what was the support like from the coaches and the other members who participated in the challenge? Did you feel like you had the support you needed from the CrossFit Jungle Gym staff and team to be successful? Was the support there?
Yeah, I always feel supported here, and I always feel like this is like a safe place where you can be yourself and talk about your challenges and help each other. I thought that the Facebook group was a really great idea and I thought that making it so you had to post every single day was important, because I think I would not have if it hadn't been quantified in some way. And
like one of the rules.
Right, and it became difficult to figure out what I was going to post, but then you think a little bit more deeper into like things you can share or ways you can engage people who are going through the same process. So I thought that was a cool way to be supportive of
awesome.
each other.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your results? 1 being dissatisfied with my results from the program, or 10 being like, I really am happy with the program that the CrossFit Jungle Gym team put together this time?
So I would say I'm like a 10. I'm happy with the program. In terms of my own results, I would give them an 8, because I wish I would have been able to do more in the 6 weeks. But that's on me. That's on my discipline and on me.
And you say that, but you still lost over a pound a week. You still lost over total of 6 inches.
Yeah.
You still lost, what was your body fat?
Body fat.
Almost 9-10% body fat, and you're still not satisfied.
We can always do better.
I'm she's crazy, guys. She's crazy. All right, and would you say that you're totally satisfied with your results over the 6 weeks? And either your response is going to be totally satisfied or not exactly. And if not exactly, just explain why.
So I am satisfied because I went into this for different reasons, I think, than other people. Like I said before, like I'm looking for something. I'm not looking for a 6-week quick fix. I've already had a dramatic weight loss in my life. I'm not looking for dramatic weight loss. I'm looking for something that's sustainable over time. And I feel like going back to that and doing things like this, where I get a little stricter than I was, reminds me that I can still enjoy food, because I do really enjoy food, but I can do it in a way that's healthy.
Awesome. And would you recommend this program to others? Like, let's say somebody else is at home watching this, they don't know who you are, and they want to get similar results that you spoke of. Would you recommend them getting started at CrossFit Jungle Gym?
Yes, I recommend it always, all the time. I just recommended this place to somebody today.
Do you think the person sitting at home who may have a similar story to yours would, in fact, be able to be successful if they were here? So where I'm going with that is, like, I always feel like, we've tried. Do you feel like what we offer is enough to finally help somebody be successful?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this is you guys offer, obviously your bread and butter is the physical part of it, but you guys offer a program that's completely comprehensive. I mean, we're looking at diet with this challenge, but you guys offer so many other things that can help any person be better.
Okay. And is there anything else that you feel like you want to share about your experience during this challenge that maybe I haven't asked you? Anything noteworthy or?
No, just that it's cool to do things like this with other people who are experiencing the same difficulties as you. I thought it was really awesome how we were all able to, as a group, come together for the purpose of overall health. But some of us were looking to lose weight, some of us were looking for balance, some of us were looking to gain weight. Like, I thought that was a cool, it just goes to show you that, like, we can all come together and we're all working towards something no matter what it is and what our body type is. So I thought that was a cool part.
Okay. And if you could only say like one thing to somebody who's watching this video and debating like, hey, should I get started at CrossFit Jungle Gym? I heard about CrossFit. I need help nutrition wise. If you could say one thing to somebody who's kind of on the fence about joining or getting started with us, what would you say?
I would tell, the thing that I hear most from people is that they're not in a good enough shape to do it, and that they just aren't ready for exercise like this. And I think that you guys have built a program that anybody can be a part of, and we have people here of all shapes and sizes and ages and ability levels, and you built a program where you're able to address people's individual needs, and there's no need to be nervous to come to a place like this because it's so welcoming, and there's it's only positivity here. So,
and in terms of your experience with other CrossFits, I don't know if you've stopped in or if you visit a lot of other CrossFits, but if you could tell somebody like who's on the fence about this CrossFit or a different CrossFit, if you could give them any guidance about CrossFit Jungle Gym, what would you say separates us from other places, whether it's a Globo gym, another CrossFit, whether it's Zumba?
Right.
What would you say?
So I would say that I've never been to a gym. I've never been to another CrossFit gym, but I've never been to a gym before where the trainers there know me, and you guys know me, and you know how I am and how to work with me and my challenges and my strengths, and you guys know me as a person, and it's like a whole experience. It's not just the gym, it's like your life, you know. I'm getting like all like choked up.
Me too. You'll be pregnant in these videos. All right, awesome, good stuff.